Hello, everyone. Good morning. We are way into August. This is JasonSchwartz, your host here at the Neutral Zone, MauiNeutralZone.com. We are sitting in the studios of KAKU 88.5 FM, the voice of Maui. When we do the show, we're simulcast on Akaku Maui Community Media Channel 55. But then after the first run, the best place to really watch everything is MauiNeutralZone.com. There you have a full transcript and a summary of the whole show. In fact, every show we've done since the beginning of time, practically, 30 years of Maui that I've spoken to all kinds of people, is all up there in a search engine. So you can search by subject, or you can search by people's name. You can search however you want. And it's basically the voice of Maui in my world for the last 30 years. And in there, you're going to find incredible solutions to many, if not all, of the problems that we've been facing here on Maui. And over time, we get to see a perspective. You know, I've been doing interviews of political candidates for 15 election cycles. That's 30 years. In fact, it's a long time, 93. So it's actually 16 election cycles, 32 years. And this is the first year that, for some reason that I haven't really heard, I'm thinking it's because they realize, hey, Jason's doing shows this year on radio, and he's interviewing political candidates, and they must be talking about the election, so we're only going to play it live, and we're not going to put it on Akaku. So I apologize to those that don't know, and I'll say it again. MauiNeutralZone.com. MauiNeutralZone.com. All the shows we've done, and you can see everything there. And that's the preferred way. I'm thinking to do shows as television shows and stop doing radio so that the people that I interview as a television show, maybe that will go on and be played again and again on Akaku. Because the people of Maui are suffering horribly from not knowing who they're putting into office. If you have money and you have endorsements and you have a name that someone knows, it isn't unreasonable to think that you're going to be getting votes. Look up country, John Yokouchi. Now, Punda Yokouchi, everyone knows because he was the inspiration guy for the Mac. And do they know the name John Yokouchi? Probably not. Meanwhile, in that race, Bobby Pahia got the most votes on the primary. And John Yokouchi, what was he doing there? What has he done? What does he know? We've seen a little bit of interview with him on these forums, and the guy does not have current knowledge of what's going on. So it would be nice to have an extended conversation so you could, as the public, really get to see these candidates in a period where their conversation allows them to throw in things that are their policies and the way they are, but isn't just a little snapshot. Maybe John Yokouchi didn't know about the subject that was asked. Maybe he knows about and has another area that's his passion. And as I've said before, and I'll say it again, after the elections, all the good ideas and that come from these candidates need to be gone through and processed and incorporated into things that are going on. Just because they didn't win the election doesn't mean what they had to say wasn't valuable and important. Do I have a guest coming through? I do. Wow. My guest is here, and we're going to give him the grace. Look at this. Wow. Thank you, Tony. Wow. Can you get right there? You can just...
Hello, everybody.
We haven't even announced you, but we will once you sit in the seat. You don't have your Burger King hat. This is King Tiger Metcalfe. Jerome Metcalfe. Thank you for coming in and joining me here.
You're looking good.
Let me see if the microphone... Okay, Tony got the second one. So, those of you out there that you will now see the value of MauiNeutralZone.com's transcripts and summaries, because Tiger Metcalfe was on my show. We were on 3 times already. You know that?
Right.
But you were candidate back then.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say a shadow of your former self now, because the only thing that's happened to you is you've faced life obstacles,
Wow.
and they have come to you like hurricane number 1, 2, and 3.
Unbelievable.
Let's speak a little so I can hear your volume.
Hello?
Oh, good.
Hello, everybody out there.
Yeah, I'm going to move it down so we can see your beautiful face a little. There we go.
Great.
All right. So, thank you for joining me. As many of you saw, Tiger, you want me to call you Jerome or Tiger? What do you want?
I think Tiger. Everybody knows me better than
Tiger. Okay. So, you may remember it wasn't but a few election cycles ago that Tiger Metcalfe was running in Kihei for council, and he has been very active going to different
social
events and also
community-based
community events with all kinds of different. See, this guy should have his own show.
And it's been tough too. You know,
what has been tough?
Tough going to all that, considering I become assaulted and I was paralyzed. So.
One sec. I can't see your mouth, so I'm going to go like that.
There we go.
Let's talk a bit. Hello.
Well, I just.
You were paralyzed?
Yeah,
you are now.
I was assaulted
right?
in March 5th of 2025.
So last year, about a year ago, a little bit more. And this was in a residential area, totally unrelated to anything else, right?
Right. It basically, I was helping. I rented a couple of pickup trucks and was doing a little community work for Stanley Carvello. His house burned down, and I just thought, being a friend of his, I know him, and I went over there with my good friend Larry Sharkey, and we unloaded 17 loads of debris and stuff like that. The fireman tossed outside, got his yard looking good. Cut the lawn, made it look nice, so at least it was presentable. It's a total, I guess. So
he's starting from the ground up.
Right.
Wow.
Right. And I was there with a couple of my vans, and I parked my vans in front there. And I don't know, one morning a guy came after we put the garbage out, and hey, come on here, your stuff all laying around. It was not laying around. I had a canvas out there and everything, that really neat. And so I arranged everything. It would be 2 minutes. Ran back to my camper. Went back to sleep at 7:30 in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. And then all of a sudden he came back about 20 minutes later, woke me up. This is on his property. Opens my van. I'm sleeping. Grabs my leg. I want you drop some stuff out there. There was nothing dropped out there. A couple of pieces of his plaster purse that he built with his kid, and the Samuel, the man who lives across the street there, knocked me out. He lured me out, got me out there on the street to pick this up, and I've never met him before, unprovoked. And what I mean that I no smart ass remarks or anything like that. So
he pulled you out of bed?
Yeah. Well, he was very contentious, and I just thought the best thing to do. So I went by him. Brushed by him and ran out there, and he had to go all the way around the vans, and he presented me. He goes, "You see right there?" And I go, "That's the plaster purse from your kids' thing. I mean, that's yours." And he was yelling at me, and I turned around. His kids were watching out of the door, and I go, "Sam, come on now. I see you're a neighbor here, but you disrespected me, and your kids are here, okay?" And then he said, "I'll be right back." 3 steps went by, and I heard the wind change or whatever, no steps, and I looked up. If I'm looking at it at 12 o'clock, I would say at 4 o'clock, I looked up, and bam, first hit, and then I fell backwards. And I'm pretty good in martial arts and stuff like that, with jiu-jitsu and so on. And he clocked me the second time, and I was out. But the terrible thing is I saw the ring cam.
Ring cam?
Yeah, it's a camera but the door of the neighbors.
Oh. And
he lifted my shirt up and just beat the hell out of me, about 25 punches to the face, breaking teeth out.
Where is this guy now?
Is
he in jail?
No. The police went over, and he said that I had said something, and it was an imminent harm to his family. I didn't say.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. But the thing is, what's the word reasonable?
How come we haven't seen any of this as a case?
Well,
Was it a formal case then? It was.
It's being brought right now. I'm going. Basically, I've got the prosecuting attorney convinced now to bring him into court, and let's do a Q&A on him. Okay. I mean, what's reasonable?
Where's that ring cam?
In the ring cam, 25 hits, and then he gets
Where is that?
We have a copy on a little chip or whatever.
Maybe if we can get a copy of that, we'll play it.
Okay.
Because we can do some trial by consensus. Let's do that. Why is it that things that are happening that don't make it past the square one?
I don't know.
Maybe our mayor would know the answer to some of these things.
30, then he jumps on me, on my back. I'm unconscious. I don't recall this. And 25 to 30 kicks started again. He's jumping on my back, and he severed all the nerves and 3 of my vertebrae in the back. And I'm if anybody knows me, I'm a surfer and also
you're pretty in good shape.
I can run any marathon and stuff like that. I'm in really good shape. And to not be able to walk, I'm telling you, it's...
No, I appreciate it.
It's hard, so...
Where are you living?
I've been off and on with my brother, Scott Metcalfe, and at his place out in at 20 Hollywood Street. But otherwise, I've been using my van, and it's been hard. I was in the wildfire also. Out in Lahaina, I was living out there.
And you didn't get any kind of housing through that?
I got housing out there for a while until they closed the Hyatt down, and they ask you to leave.
But they didn't give you an alternative.
No, I didn't. I didn't get it. I'm avidly pursuing it right now. And here's the situation with that going on, and then I was working for Excel, setting up all the tents and stuff like that for different.
The company that works for the
Excel,
things at the hotel.
Yeah.
Excel is an entertainment setup for events.
And the nice thing is, everybody, we did the Bachelor I was the key setup person on that, so it's pretty fun setting up tents and stuff like that. It's more dynamic than you think it is. But I worked for Excel, fantastic company, and they had to close down with COVID and stuff like that. And I got 4 raises in 4 months or whatever like that. And the owner really thought I was doing. I computerized the whole new warehouse. They bought 4 companies in Maui out, and they converged to one. And I had everything barcoded. We washed everything. We shrink wrapped it, and it's really easy to deliver stuff like that. And we were getting big accounts. And I signed the Maui area there. I got 2 hotels and stuff like that. So big accounts. So we were doing it, but to get down a Bachelor was pretty cool with our logo and everything. And I'm in the background waving, and the owner goes, "You're on TV." That was the best advertising ever. So, but and then just a lot of stuff. I was rehabbing a place, a 3-car garage over in Lahaina, to run my business, and I had MauiCampingVans.com, and then I had the kayak business. When the kayaks that you pedal, I have 5 of them. And then I had 3 of the stand-up paddleboards. And the nice thing with these stand-up paddleboards, they're part of the Mirage system of Hobie. And unbelievable. You can't tip them over. Imagine you're from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Chicago, and you got this big gut. You come out here for a vacation. These guys can't stand up paddleboard. They tip over. But that's not the thing that kicks them. It's when you get back up on that surfboard, that big paddleboard, you get your chest gets. Now you got a rash started, and now you got ocean water, and you got staph started. Well, when they get there with these stand-ups that I have, you cannot tip them over, and they have handlebars, and you pedal them. And the kayaks, for example.
Are you running it now? No.
I'm starting it back up.
I see.
Even though I'm paralyzed, it's fantastic because I can walk. But I really can't feel everything. But it's coming back, and I'm under a tremendous amount of rehab. And I've been getting some injections like that, and I'm dealing with a lot of supplements to grow back nerve cells. I got to get to conduency so they can talk to each other. And then, because I go, "Hey, move, leg," and it doesn't want to move when a guy plays it. So
I'm concerned about the fact that you were not only someone responded to something you said, or they initiated, which either way, when people get excessive like that
what is it? What is reasonable? I mean, what would I have to do?
The fact that he hit you at all upsets me.
Yeah.
But the fact that he hit you repeatedly and
And then the kicking and trying to break my back, and I even if you said imminent threat, what would I be imminent threat about? He wakes me up at 7:00 in the morning on Stanley Crivello's property, so he's trespassing, but he had to lure me out there. Okay, and when I got out there, I don't know what I did. I've never in my life been attacked like this, and for the rest of my life, I'll never let anybody get on my plank because it caught me. It broke out 3 teeth, and broke 3 ribs. My spleen was all screwed up.
To me, this sounds criminal more than I just don't understand why it's not.
Well, I'm going. Like today, you asked me on.
Maybe I just don't know the.
I don't want to talk about this to get a violin going and stuff like that. But
I don't think.
Does anybody have a problem?
Anyone here that could go outside their property and someone would jump them and keep beating them and beating them and beating them.
And then the cops come, and she was a gal, and she knew him. I could see, I had already gotten home from the hospital. I was there for about 5 hours, and I came back. I had a sling on and everything like that, and I just waddled a little bit because I hadn't gone to paralyzed. But a week later, I couldn't get my leg up to get in my van. And then I kept falling down, and finally my left leg went, and then a week after that, my right leg gave out. It was just, I've never been through something like this.
You've had all kinds of chiropractic treatments?
Yeah, I've been working on it.
And so you're basically working on the alignment of the whatever is going on. I'm so sorry.
It's just having. I didn't break the spinal cord, but it's so bent and crushed in there. And I guess I had arthritis starting in my back real bad, and that makes the vertebrae brittle. But the whole thing is, if any of you out there have a problem with some of the police, and I'm going to say this right now, the new group of the last 5 years, I've been at the cadets when they graduate, they become policemen. What a good crew of young guys we have. Okay, I really have to say this. Okay, but there's an old school thing in there. I don't know what my father did, or I don't know what went on. I was just different things. I was to handle that. Why would I be involved from this guy? You automatically would have to put him into custody and charge him with something. Okay, it's assault and battery. But now I'm reading all this stuff, and it could be attempted murder. Because, I should not be alive right now. That's what the doctor said. If everybody out there knows me, I'm pretty well, I'm athletic and a go-getter, but I'm not a lip. I don't smart off. I'm very logical. I'm an ex-lawyer. So.
These things are beyond the scope of what we can do right here, but
yeah,
I hope we're bringing it up, and it will be, I hope you will share it. Because the best use of our show is to take it and share it with the people that need to hear it.
I don't know if anybody else, but I'm going to form a nonprofit, so you can look for that coming up. Just dealing with different things that can help everybody. Okay, I'm looking at credit as being my main thing to help people with credit. Okay, the next thing is this assault and battery stuff. I was tousled. They pulled me. They had a warrant out for my arrest for something. I didn't. It wasn't me.
Warrant for you?
Yeah, they said I missed a court date. Okay, I had a court date, but I was in court 2 days before that with Judge Bisson. He dismissed the case. It was a party.
Judge who?
Judge Bisson.
You mean the same dude that's sitting in the mayor's
seat,
he's
right? good judge. Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
so
wow.
This all goes down, and I get done with that. That's all resolved, and they come and pick me up like 3 weeks later. I'm out by Alaulu, and they put me in a car, and I had my handcuffs on me, another warrant for me, and I go, you must have they made a type error at the courthouse, and my name came up in the system, and I got flagged again. I don't violate any laws or anything. So I'm not one of these. You know me. I just don't get involved with police. But anyways, and so I'm in the car with my handcuffs, and I get out, and I reach down, and there's a little thing of Carmex in it. So
there's what?
A thing of Carmex. So I put it in my back where I have the cuffs on, and I get inside. Do you have anything to declare? They're to search me. They searched me 6 times. I signed it. I signed a paper. Search. They get me into the to be booked or whatever like that. And I pull out this thing. Do you have anything you want? I have this Carmex thing. And I open it up, and boom, there's like all these little baggies came flying out. So So there's drugs inside this thing. They tried to charge me with promoting. Now, I know everybody might think, you can't find things in squad cars. I do know that they changed the way the seats are in there now. That's what I went and saw it and drove around one time with cops on a night thing just to see what's going on. I like to do that once in a while to see how they react. With some of these young cops, they're great. Anyway, so they did everything with promoting. So it happens that they can't charge me with anything because I could have asked for an attorney if I was guilty of something, and I didn't know it, especially if it was in it. I'm handcuffed, so I can't check. So I get that open up, and we got Tiger Metcalfe. I had my election papers. I was going to run for, I think
council.
No, I was going to run for Senate at that time, the state Senate, and I had all my papers on me, and they. A year later, they come and charge me after I had signed all these papers that, there it is. Because I told them that I yelled out, "They're not mine. It's always an economic thing." Sure, right, okay. And I would think the same thing. But when they come to pick me up in Lahaina, they come up and my buddy Sharky is working on my car, and we're just ready to get in. They're trying to handcuff me, put me in the car, and I'm pointing down. There's an ounce and a half of marijuana, a scale, papers, and like that. So they're trying to.
Where was this? This was in their vehicle.
Yeah, 2024 on the floor. So I wouldn't get in. So the lady, policewoman, she looks out. Oh my! She grabs it. She sticks it in her top pocket, and then they throw me in there, and I get booked. It ends up I get a public defender, and then I end up getting John Apo. Or Swisky, who had a radio show here, and he, you won't believe this. So you do find stuff in the squad car, but here's the issue: who was in the car before me, and who cleans these things? Because okay, so of course my public defender, or then John Swisky, he goes, he didn't believe it, so he calls the officer. What happened to that pound? What do you mean? The pound, Mr. Metcalfe. Oh, we forgot to put a report. That would have cleared me and everything. I did find it, okay? So that got dismissed. So I get in front of the 304 up there for another some traffic violation.
What's 304? Is the courtroom?
Yeah, and I forget the judge, but I got him disbarred and got him kicked out. He's a Korean guy, just a smartass. And he sent me for psychological disposition.
Psychological review.
Yeah, so I go over to the MCCC after I get out of the court. He
went to Maui.
I go from the Department of Judicial Department to the Department of Safety and Health, and I'm being transferred over to the Department of Health. That's the psycho award, and I mean
to have a medical evaluation. I got a psychological evaluation.
Right, and the evaluator that wrote the report on me said that I was a danger to myself and society because when I was 18 years old, it happened 2 months, two different months. I had some people robbed my father's store.
This is back in Milwaukee,
right? This is 44 years ago, and they pistol whipped one of my head checkers and opened her up here.
Wow!
And I had a 44 Magnum, so. Going around and all of a sudden it shattered. There's 12 feet by 11 feet of window glass. Bullets are coming at me. 17 shots at me, and I take 3 of them. And I hit the driver in the back, and I hit the guy who was firing. He robbed the store. I got him right in the neck and in the head. And then 30 days later, same thing happens. Not the same guy, but I guess the message went out: don't go to Butler, Wisconsin, because they're well armed over there. Of course, my father took the gun away from that. My grandfather made it real clear we ain't gonna have.
Meanwhile, you just told me someone pistol whipped or something beat up your person, and they were shooting at you, and you were responding back. So what? I don't.
And then that the second one was 11 shots at me on all these glass windows. They could come down and all these bullets, and I almost got hit. It looked like on the videotape or one bullet went right here, but it didn't hit me. But I shot only 3 times that one. I'm pretty good with silhouette and stuff like that. So, and I hit
still. So,
and you drive out of our parking lot.
So, what is that? 40 years ago. So that's why they were doing a psychological evaluation.
Guess who the evaluator was? The evaluator was in my class when I went to college under a wrestling scholarship. Coach Willie Myers, and I was a great wrestler.
The guy that was reviewing you?
He got a C in psychology, and I got an A. And then the next year I got an A, and he kept getting C's or B's. He ends up being an evaluator out here in Hawaii. He looked kind of like you with the white hair and so like that. But I'm telling you,
wasn't me.
This guy writes this thing up there, something like. But there's nothing based on current. Because I'm very logical. I mean, I have classes. I did clinicals.
The evaluation says you were a danger.
Right.
Then what happened?
They shipped me up at MCCC when I go in there.
So it started as a nothing, and it's now been developed into you're getting evaluated and shipped off to where?
To the nut house. So I guess after they see me, MCCC, I'm there 45 minutes. There's a liaison there, probation department, or that checks you in. I'm beat up there. I wake up a day and a half later, 9 teeth gone, 8 ribs broken. The two guards there
At the jail.
And they let me naked there, and 3 dishes of food they saw through the door, and piles of food laying there. And the deputy from the sheriff's department who has to escort me to the airplane to take over there, he comes in and he can't believe it. I'm black and blue. I'm all beat up. He goes, "What the hell happened here?" And so I took a beating over there. And I don't even know these SEALs or like that, but they beat the hell out of me. But the nice thing is when I got over to the psych thing, the doctor went, "Oh my God!" And they took pictures, X-rays, and everything. So got that. So
you mean you went to a psychological institute, a
right,
separate building,
right? And
not at MCCC.
At CCC is where the assault happened.
Yeah.
And then, of course...
But then they transferred to this other place, which was in Oahu, as I recall.
Yeah, and I went to minimum Kali Mahala. By the way, and his director Champagne, he had worked there all his life, and he had promoted. Well, they offered him the deal lifetime pay to come back and work another 2 years. And I got along so good. I had everybody doing calisthenics. I was like...
So they were evaluating, and you were there for an extended period?
Yeah. I was there for about... I was supposed to be there for 120 or so, 160 days or 180 days. I was in and out of there in 60 days because the director goes, he looked at my college transcripts and my minor in psychology. I know half more than these guys do. And the way I related to people and stuff like that. And I did everything there. But when I'm there, this guy, they left some psycho in there, and he's going in and out of these women's dorms there at the middle. And 2 orderlies are there, and he beats a staff member up. He takes the computer panel, opens her up, her face and everything. She'll never work again. She got $7 million. I don't know. I guess I have to apply for something. But this guy, this psycho, 2 orderlies he takes out. These are a couple Hawaiians, and with the white suits, just like a cuckoo's nest. And he takes these guys on, and he meets me, and I go like this. You can't do this on my lunch hour. Okay, and I did a suplex and into a Grammy and took him out and then knocked him down, and he headbutted me, broke another tooth out in my nose.
You got no teeth left.
Yeah, well, I guess I was a hero there, and I saw the red light go on, and I did all this without closed fists, and I zip tied him, put a straitjacket on him, and hauled him out in a thing, and tossed him out into the courtyard. And
you were a patient, right?
Yeah, I'm a patient, and the director comes on, and he goes, "You are like military or something." I said, "Well, I'm not going to let a woman like that." She was a nice staffer too. Okay, the guy threw all the pieces for our jigsaw puzzle and threw them in the garbage. I didn't see that go on, but that's what started it. She goes, "What are you doing? You can't do that. These guys have been working on this." So all I know is I'm the last guy in line, and I turn around and go, I see this blood everywhere. He jumped over inside the cube or whatever like that and got the computer thing. Just beat her so bad. When I got over to the hospital, like they took me over there after I got everything calmed down. The director came in and I could go to the director's office and play stuff on his computer, and he just said, "You don't need to be here, but it's gonna take a couple of weeks to get you out of here." Okay. He goes, "I've never seen such heroism in my life." So, and she, when I got there, she had her face all bandaged up, and she goes, Tiger, and her husband just goes, "Oh my God, I watched the videotape already, Mr. McGill."
Saved their life.
Oh my God, it's such a nice lady. And I got a Christmas card last year and the year before and this year from her, and that made me feel really good. She goes,
"This is quite a story. Look at you. You started here. You were an innocent young man, and now you're really."
We had a lot of fights over at the Yale House, but I calmed that down by saying, "You got to fight me first." And if you do that, I guess you can do it, but I prefer you go fight
Well,
over
we
it.
didn't tell you. Jerome Metcalfe owned the Yale House,
Yeah.
the Yale House, and Rusty Harpoon out there in Kaanapali.
And we sold the Yale House operation, and I'm kind of divorced from that now. But Brad Sundin is the owner. He's doing a good job out there. I'm really proud of him because I brought somebody and did the floors for him when he got in trouble himself. His wife ran off on him. But all I know is that it's just been one big thing after another.
Man, I tell you.
And now this, I'm not into stuff like this, but I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, so I'm pretty. You don't want to really screw around. It's an art you take in pride and it's in honor. Okay, but if I have to do something with the wrestling background I have, I'm ready to go. But now I'm paralyzed. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And you know me, I'm really.
Well, I saw the way you came in. Like I said, remind me of my ex-wife. I can't imagine she was hit by an ambulance in Molokai.
Yeah.
And could not get cooperation from the hospital or the police for records. And like I say, and then the records were suddenly missing.
Listen to that. I got one more for you. Then I got to go to the bathroom.
While you're in jail?
No, they put a warrant out for me for something else, for some traffic.
Is this during that same time? No.
This is just before that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And I go to the bathroom when they bring me in. They said I have a warrant. That warrant was quashed by another judge. It was an electronic error, and they had 3 people got picked up again. When you're in court and then you leave, 3 days later, they put a warrant on, and I'm kind of in key aim, hi to everybody. But you got a warrant out for it. So I get in, I'm inside there. They're not booking me. An hour, I got to go to the bathroom so bad in the morning because before I had bratwurst from Wisconsin and a couple of beers the night before. And so I finally, they take my handcuffs off the finger at me, and I jog around and I take off for the thing to go potty. And I'm just about to get down, and if you understand, bratwurst and sauerkraut, bam, it all flies all. I let loose, okay, and when I got in this cell hanging down the gangway or whatever it is, and all this sauerkraut, all over, he's got worms and stuff like that, and this I guess patrolman that was there just beat the hell out of me. 25.
What?
And I beat the hell out of me.
While you're on the toilet?
No, I'm not on the toilet. They don't have a toilet in this room. The only one that's open. The cells aren't open. So I went poo-poo right there, and then I did the wizard on him. He's around me, and I took him down, and I knocked him one time and broke his jaw. Not the 6-week one, the 10-week. I broke both hinges off. And then I get back from Kali Mahala. I came back here, and all the charges that were supposed to be dropped. I don't know. There was 54 different charges they tried to load me up on. Well, everybody, I took it to trial, okay, and we had 4 different trials go on, actually 5, and to resolve 54 cases, I was acquitted on every one of them, and I represented a little bit myself, and I had John Apo. He did a good job, wow. but I didn't do any of this stuff, and the justice system does work. Okay, at least I've seen it, and I was acquitted on all of them. So when someone says you can't do it, you have to take this plea bargain. They wanted $100 fine to say I did something, and I go to Hope Church, and I pray to God a lot. I can't say I did something. I didn't do anything wrong, but I defended myself in a way that I guess the judges and the people on the 3-judge panel,
so,
they acquitted me.
Now I've listened to this story, and I'm as I'm hearing, it's like it goes on and on. It's like a saga of bad stuff.
Discrimination is best. Anyways, so
I thought I was going to come and talk about housing. We'll get to it.
I mean, we have to talk about housing,
but okay. We will. But I mean, quite a prelude here.
So look for a GoFundMe because I kind of got myself. When you're like this, I don't get around to do my I guess helping everybody. That's what I like to do. Be a hero. But I'll tell you what, I could use some funds. I guess some. But I want to donate them. I'm gonna put them into work for my nonprofit.
Fundraising is the funny thing. Some people give and some people don't give.
Yeah.
And some people wonder why you go in fundraising like that. I don't really know about all that stuff. All I know is that I am thinking that there's, in many places in the world, they think housing first.
Yeah.
That if you get housing, whatever is going on, at least you'll have a base.
I got a good one for that too.
Well, before we get to what you've got, I would like to run upon the trail here. I have seen so many people try to get from not housed to housed.
I was housed in Lahaina, and it burned in about 18 seconds, I guess. 6:33.
In the morning.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous what went on. I saw everything burning everywhere. And I had a brand new truck.
I still don't understand how you could be without a place and without help. I know some other people that tell me, well, they were in it, but then they suddenly stopped getting help. Why does help stop? I know other guy was paying $50 a month for a condo in Hawaii. $50 a month for a while. Now he's paying $800 a month. And in February, when FEMA funds stop, he won't have any help in supplementation. Right now, it's taking most of his Social Security to pay his $800 a month rent. What are we doing? How are we solving problems without having new housing? How is it that we don't think this is enough of an emergency to use some funds and create emergency housing? Now, remember when Mike Victorino was mayor?
Fantastic guy, yeah.
Well, and you remember there was a thing that the council, I'm sure, who was it? Everyone decided $200,000 was the amount they were allocating for someone to run a facility so that people that were houseless, homeless,
they had a ban or
and have a safe place to be at night.
It's
and
crucial.
Here we're years later, and we're still looking for the right land and with the right this.
I call out to her. I think we have a great mayor right now too. Okay, I have to say, the mayors we've had have been fantastic. That I've seen. And what a situation to be into. COVID and then wildfires and stuff like that. It's got to be heartbreaking. But I say with this parking lot thing or something like that, by the stadium or down at park or something like that, you got me. I'd like to run it. Okay, so Mr. Bisson, my praise to you. If you need someone that doesn't want to buckle up and do it, I can't move around a lot, but I can work out there and walk. The more I walk around and check on people, just as long as they're not doing drugs and stuff like that, and you have waste, someplace they can go poop and stuff like that. So,
well, I just know so many people that I've talked to that are houseless.
Yeah, I mean,
that have been. Again, there are many people that are police officers or police.
Like by the police station?
That are very respectful. There are also some situations that keep happening.
Open parking lot there? The camera center, they refused them.
Who? What?
At the camera center, they were going to do something in the back or something like that. But you can do that over by the stadium there. Get it wide open so you can see everything. That's why I say. But I don't know what the big thing is,
Well, again, probably the big thing is liability.
Or who's going to show up there without driver's license and stuff like that?
No, I'm talking about the people that are running it feeling they'll be in liability because someone's going to accuse them of something.
Yeah, well.
But also, I mean, there are so
I'm saying
many
at the
people
farm.
that aren't safe out there.
I'm over at the farm right now.
People that have told me they were robbed at gunpoint.
Oh, my God.
While they're sleeping in their car, the people come up to their window and point a gun at them. Take their car and take this.
Yeah.
This is the Wild West out there. I've heard, sadly, too many stories of unreported crimes. I don't know.
How was the parking lot out by Target? Wide open there?
Target, when you say parking lot out by, someone has to own the land. Someone has to say, I will take responsibility if someone falls on this property or has a problem.
Or how about the parking right out by between Kihei and Malaya?
You're talking about things that are owned by individuals.
Well, that's public land there. That parking right there.
I'm just saying.
It's centrally
whatever
located.
it is, it's taking too long.
It's way too long.
And there should be something in the meantime. There's got to be something The danger isn't only to the people that are out there homeless. The danger is there are more and more desperate people.
Right.
And the desperation is creating more and more crime.
Right.
Really bad.
Yep.
And again, I don't know if you, Mayor Bisson, are going to be physically doing it yourself or whether the police are involved. I mean,
how about the parking lot up by Mount Lion there, where the aquarium is?
Again,
yeah.
We don't know exactly why, but we want to re-stimulate that conversation
so
it can be publicly addressed and publicly addressed sooner than later.
And you got to locate me. You can locate me through Jason or 808, 808-359-0990. I'd love to be on something like that.
359-0990.
It's my phone number. Give me a call.
Well,
I got some ideas for you. Okay.
All right.
And I can be a hard butt too. I just think that people need to let's get the first one done. If it doesn't work, we move it somewhere else. But get it going.
Well, your input, I'm sure, would be valuable to whoever is coordinating. Yeah. I imagine the mayor has something or someone or a group of someones on it. From what I've seen from the mayor, I can only assume he was a judge.
Yeah.
So he looks over the horizon on ramifications of things that are happening. So I imagine a lot of his decisions are made based on his knowledge of what's going to happen to the next step on the court system. So that's the only
you interviewed him last week, right?
A couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
And I was impressed, and I how he answered everything.
I didn't ask those kind of gritty questions that say, "Well, this guy accused you of that. What do you?" I'm not a court.
He had a good
law.
answer to everything.
He was a solid guy. Didn't seem like he was hedging anything.
Right.
I appreciate that about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I also know that people are asking a lot of questions of all the candidates, and I would like to see more of the kind of time and discussion that I spend with these candidates, where it be shown on public access television.
You've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, but I have a real problem that they somehow don't feel that what I do here on radio should be put on television, when in fact in the years past I was doing interviews of these candidates, maybe because I didn't do them as radio shows. Mm-hmm. I did them outside as television shows. So maybe that's the reason. But this has been very lacking.
You've got the pulse, though. Everybody.
Well,
you get them to open up.
I'm trying to find out who people are. Just because they can answer a few questions right on when someone sits them from Akaku and says, "Well, what's going to happen about this? What do you think about that?" That's lovely. But when you see them over a period of time, you get a feeling more of who they are, whether there's someone you can approach, and you get a much better, I think, picture of who you'd like to represent you. I don't always go for someone that I agree with. I want someone I can talk to. And
I want to tell everybody out there in TV land, when you run for office, okay, they do a background check and everything. They find out if you're good, bad, whatever. Okay, if you got a bad record, But when you're you're signing your campaign papers there, okay, they do a retina on you, a retina test, and you fail that. See, you can kid everything else, but do a retina test on you. They ask you 2 or 3 questions, you're done right there. I've seen a couple people. They go, they hand their paper, they walk out. They won't make the.
I've never heard of that one. A retina test.
Yeah, they ask them some questions.
Up at the clerk's office.
Yeah, at the clerk's office. Yeah. Don't forget. If you didn't get asked, maybe you qualified or didn't have anything to look at, but they get pretty technical. So there aren't so many really evil people as you think there. They had to pass some ethical, moral thing. So
I'd like to find out more about that. That's strange to me. So
I never had to do it, but by seeing 40 people or other people, they did it on, and they didn't pass, and they're gone.
That's interesting.
So the system weeds itself.
Housing. Have you tried to go through regular? I want to go back to housing.
Yeah,
to me, the biggest problem Maui has, biggest. We don't have enough affordable housing, and we
need it because we have
units a year, and 5,000 by the end of your term. We need 20,000. We don't need 5,000. We need 10,000. We need 15,000. So, and the only way that I see that we're going to be able to do this thing is, really, it's like two worlds: a local housing world and a high-end thing. Because when I watch them and they say, "Okay, council, we're going to build these high-end things, but the developers won't make enough money, so we don't want to give them the extra expenses of building out the highway that would cut into their profits," then they don't want to do it. And now that means that the inventory that already is there is going to go up. But who's buying them? Who can afford to buy them? It's got to be out of control.
Yeah,
I spoke to people years ago that were talking that for $100,000 they could build a place. But then they sell them. Again, we're going all
$700,000.
They sell them for such high prices, people can't afford to buy them. And they don't make sense.
We need labor here, and we've got to have housing for the labor, because at the Yellows, keeping staff. Don't forget they shut me down 6 times over there. Okay, you ever keep everybody there for 2 years? Keep them on the line. Finally there's no more labor on the island. When Lahaina, we got to get people here. There's not enough labor right now.
And the labor is not being paid enough to be able to afford a place to live.
Or you got to bribe them. It's $30-$40 an hour. So.
Well, $30 and $40 an hour is living wage now in Hawaii.
Yep.
Which you think you're bribing them. All you're trying to do is keep them alive.
Yeah, well,
if that's a
you're
bribe,
trying to. There's only a couple minnows out there for bait, and you gotta hook them.
No, but it sends prices up on everything. The local people don't get to enjoy the place they're living.
Yeah,
it's it's completely out of control.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I have ideas.
I think we got some stuff opening up, though, from what I understand with Mr. Mayor, and the housing. They got about 1,500, maybe 1,800 units. They just opened up Kihei. So I heard that's so nice, everybody out there. I'm a Kihei boy. I like it out there.
Well, again,
I want to move back to Kihei.
Here's what I heard about that. You're talking about the one near Safeway, right?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, they don't have balconies, so many of those people are in places without an outside area in their unit. Yeah. And in Kihei, that's got to be stifling. Unless you pay a bloody fortune for electricity and have air conditioning. So that was a real cute move.
Yeah.
Build them where you're going to cost a ton to keep them cool, or no way to get them out of these units. And it's check in, check out. Yeah, everything feels like you're at a storage unit where they make sure you check in and out.
Yeah.
Or a place they want to.
You do live here, don't you?
What?
You do live here, don't you? Oh yeah.
No, but I mean, some people say that's really good and convenient, and other people feel very, very watched.
Yeah.
And
I heard the same thing.
And I've heard people pay a bloody fortune for those, and also get a break and have programs from different federal and state programs that have helped them get in less expensive.
Well, I was incapacitated, as they say. So,
I don't know why
so all
you
these
can't
things,
get
all these things for lawsuits and stuff like that. I was overwhelmed with everything, and now that tolls everything. So,
being disabled
I'm filing everything
and
now.
having issues. Are there not housing places available to you? Are there not special places?
Now because I'm paralyzed, I've applied and everything, but I'm not getting any.
Well, I'm asking because
I went to Aged. I went to Aged. They don't call you.
We've tried to get her in so many places.
Even with the Kona storm, everybody, winds and rain. I lost a friend that she went in the river to get some water, threw a bucket in there. Water's moving at 70 miles an hour. Sophia Wormley sucked in. They never found her. Down Sackasy, I lost a good friend there, and just sad. But 2 big branches. I'm over at the farm over by Pihana, and branches come down, wind and everything. Bashed both my band windshields in. Whoa. So I put an order in there, check out all the reliefs of it. How do you get windshields? Part of relief, okay? I'm fighting an uphill battle, and I didn't do nothing but was sleeping, and all of a sudden, bam, and everything was moving around. I just saw 3 feet of water in some areas. It was just I've never seen something like that much rain.
Was this Kihei or where
No,
was this?
this is Wailuku.
Why, look.
3 months ago. 3 months ago with the
With the Kona storm?
oh my God. Yeah, I tried to get the highest ground that you could get up there, but it was coming through like a river. So that's why
this is out of your vehicle because you haven't had housing, right?
Right. It's big. I redid the inside of it. It's pretty nice. But
you had mentioned to me there was one program you were applying for that they didn't let you in because you were disabled.
Yeah,
what is that?
I tell them I have a walker. Now, if you have a walker,
anticipation is the place, or you rather not?
It's a place. The housing Halamakoa behind the shopping center, Queen.
Oh, Hale Mahaolu. So that's not a state program.
Yeah, so I had to write up a deal, and they denied me. I was on the list, and I don't know. So I've been waiting all this time. So now I got to go around to every one of these because you sign up, you get one app. It goes to all the centers again. But I used to be Mr. Jock, and I think it'd be looking good to be in housing like that. Okay?
No, but I mean, you talked about Hale Mahaolu.
They refused me. And then I appealed it. And
people there with walkers.
That's what I said.
Why would they deny you?
I don't know, but
from what I understood, you have to be mobile and able to take care of yourself.
And I can do all that. I can dance.
Do you have a formal written?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, see, those are the kind of things I think that I would like to see more investigation into. But no matter how I slice it, I bet they filled that place in 12 seconds because there's desperate need.
Well, my brother was been gung ho. My brother Scott, and I just can't believe that I missed the opportunity. But what I want to know is what happens to my name? Am I on all the other lists? And if I can walk and not use the walker for a second, I walked from the curb over there, so and that's an odd thing. My first time to come to your show when I was late, I took 4 steps and I didn't fall down, and I grabbed the wheelchair and came in here. So I'm trying to do everything I can, but I cannot feel below my knees and my hips and stuff like that. It's coming back, but. I don't know what to say. This is all new to me in last year.
Well, I just don't like the fact that there's not enough housing choices. I hear.
But what happens to my name on all the other lists? Now, they said I'm not allowed in there.
No, I don't know the answer to any of that.
Yeah,
because I constantly am looking to ask my ex, where are you on all these lists? Where are you now? Where are you?
I call
now?
up. I called up several of them, and they wouldn't tell me. Well, what do you mean? In Spreckersville and everything, I'm on all of them. Where do I rank on each of them? So I know.
Yeah, or you can navigate until then.
And any criminal record. I don't have a criminal record. I have with parking. I have bad driving record or motor vehicle record. They say. No, I don't. I parked at a place up on Vineyard. No parking. It wasn't promulgated. The no parking sign. It was when you buy at Home Depot in front of the. Eo Valley Christian Church up there.
Okay.
Okay.
18th. We only have a couple of minutes, so I'm not going to get too deep into it. But bottom line is, you still need housing.
Yeah.
You don't know where you are on any lists.
No.
You're trying your very best to have. Do you have a social worker?
Yeah.
Is that social worker trying to find you housing too?
I've called her so many times and nothing goes on. And then to top it off, this week. So far, I was getting some food stamps and or the card EBT. No, my card didn't work. So now I got to go after I leave the show. I'm going up there to find out.
Oh boy, you have to order them and they have to send it to you. You can't pick up a duplicate now.
Well, all I know is that one thing after another, and I had I used to, because I could walk, I used to love delivering and working out at the kitchen out in Key there and stuff like that. I'm always in the community doing something. And you guys, if any out there have any place or something like that, I'm willing to put a camper out there or farmland or something like that, even go into farming or something like that. Because I'm really innovative.
See, you and I, Mr. Audience, Miss Audience, we're hearing these stories and we know that maybe if we're fortunate, we'll be able to find a solution for one person at a time.
Right.
But this problem is much bigger, and I really it makes me
Our county
sick
council and
to
everybody's got to
see
dig in.
people that say, how can I vote for Richard Bisson when he just closed down all these people here? And they let that happen, and they let this happen. But I don't know if anyone's going to be. We only got 50 seconds. So.
And we got 2028 coming up, I hope some people that have been in office for a long time kind of vacate. I think I'd like to take a crack at it.
We'll
come back.
see.
Maybe
We have 38 seconds, so I'm going to thank Tiger Metcalfe for being here again.
It's a pleasure.
I hope that the people will, thank you, will be in touch and try to help some of these situations, and contact me, please. Thank you all for joining us. Next week, if things go right, we have Kawanoi Batangan,
Ooh, boy.
who is a current council member who took over being appointed by Mayor Bisson.
Yeah.
We are leaving you guys. Maui Neutral Zone checking out. We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Be well. Aloha.